got this great smile, got this great energy. So that's what I would get my story. My story is going to be there no matter what. But
Very
then
nice.
I will blend the scenes, I will blend the script, and I'll be thinking about
That's vision.
you. Every time I write a script, that's what I do. I have a person, then I go to them, oh, by the way, this is you. This is what I wrote with you in mind. And I've been very blessed that I've always got my first choice. I always get the people I want to the point. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm
makes
blessed.
sense.
Yeah.
That's really good. Instead of going and kind of finding, because you're never going to find that perfect person, because it doesn't exist, because it's in our minds, it's our creativity.
Right.
So it doesn't exist. You can't go out and find it. So
Right.
that's great that you do that. So there is a role for us now. So we're good.
There you go.
He's running around smiling, happy.
Exactly.
I'm like
There you
slaying
go.
everyone.
And the biggest thing as well is like a lot of the great people that we were so honored to work with.
Yes.
It's really about being, like TJ Stormer said, about being of service.
Yes.
Being helping, being open, being friendly, being good to be around.
A team.
Yes.
You need
It's
to
a
be you need to
team.
be enjoyable to be
Right,
around.
right.
Yeah. So yeah.
And also, Abe, you displayed that in prison because you were being of service, and you were being of service in the jail with the inmates, but also to the rest of the world, because you're showing no matter what your circumstances are or where you are, this is only temporary,
Right.
and we can change it and we can get out of it, but we have to have that winning mindset and attitude.
Right.
And you did do that. You displayed that, because you could have given up. You could have said, "Screw this! I don't want to do this."
Right.
You could have, just.
I was scared because there was a day we were all playing spades. And this is when I said, I'm ready to move forward. I'm going to start a clothing line to move the world. So I started a clothing line. It was called Forever Faith.
Wow.
It's all part of my journey and my story. My book is the highlight right now because I've been able to talk about the journey. But when I came up with the clothing line Forever Faith, it came to me because the guys that I was sitting with, a few of them were getting out within a few months. They were scared to get out.
Wow.
They didn't want to get out.
Yeah.
I would hear them on the phone talking to their wives or their children, and then they would come back and I don't want to get out.
Can you
I
share
can't
with
handle
me
this.
because with the insight mind of what's going on. So what were they saying? What were they fearful of most?
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Taking on the
Right.
responsibility. How am I going to buy my son or daughter diapers? How am I going to buy them milk? How am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to help with the bills? They're a convicted felon. A lot of them, don't know anything else.
Yeah.
Or they've never tried anything else.
Yeah, true.
And I think that's what it came down to. I was an athlete, right? I was the jock. I was used to hard work. Obviously, playing sports, you're used to hard work and commitment. And I've only won championships since I was 11. So that's all I know is championship title, right? So when I'm in prison, I talk about I'm going to do this, this, and this. I had no idea how to do any of it.
Right.
I didn't know how to do it. But I was in prison. It was already rock bottom. It was like I have nothing else to lose.
That's cold face.
Go do it.
Cold face.
But these guys they gave up and they were afraid to move forward. Their mindset was weak. They had no faith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's why there are repeat offenders, because
Absolutely.
some of them, and I hear it a lot, where people just want to go back because it's comfortable, and it's about
They have a bed,
Yeah.
You've got
3 meals and a shower.
Absolutely.
Being
You've got a roof
comfortable
over
and
your head.
stuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in life,
Yeah.
so it's familiar, it's what you know. It's like staying in a bad relationship, same thing. It's
Yeah.
what we know, we're comfortable. So it's about pushing past that barrier. When we get to it, we're fearful. Everyone's fearful. I'm fearful
Yeah, right.
of a lot of things every single day
All
when
of
you
us
wake up.
are. Yeah.
But you switch that mindset, you know what, and just being positive about it. Because that's the thing, we can get through anything.
Right.
And, back in 2004, my life changed drastically. I got a second chance at life because what happened for me is that years of abusing drugs and alcohol caught up with me, and what happened is I made a poor choice, and I was hanging out with the wrong people, and I remember I was at a party, and I remember walking past a mirror, and I caught a glimpse of myself, and I was literally gray, and I looked like a demon. And the next thing I remember is just completely checking out. I overdosed, and I was brought back to life, and I spent a lot of time getting basically rehabbed and
Wow.
you know, getting through life. And it was like I didn't know anything. My friends were all gone, so because everybody was the party, I was a party girl, so I had no friends. I didn't have the support of my family. I didn't have all these things, and it was like, okay, what am I going to do now?
Right.
What am I going to do? Because you know, I was like, I'm a loser. I just overdosed. You know, my family and my friends and everybody's going to think like, you know. So I didn't tell anyone. I sat in that hospital room and fought for my life,
Right.
and was like, hey, you know what, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to be even stronger. And I did. And people, you know, like now that I look back on it, it was, I mean, 13 years ago. And I would not have changed that day for anything in my life.
Sometimes I think when you come to a crisis, it's almost, sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, you don't want to overdose and almost die, but I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you come such a prominent crossroads in your life, it's almost
Yeah.
like you know, you've hit rock bottom and you're still
Yeah.
trying to dig, right? So
Yeah.
the only way is up. I think sometimes when you're going along like this and there is no crisis, to
Yeah.
have faith sometimes can be harder because you
Yeah.
haven't hit bottom. You're comfortable, but you're not really happy,
Yeah.
and there's no crisis
Yeah.
to like throw you into action, like fight or flight mode. When you're in crisis mode, it's survival mode.
Yeah.
You can get up, but when you're just here, you know, like the
Yeah.
guy who's doing 9 to 5 job, taking care of his family every
Yeah.
day, that's the hard work, right?
Yeah.
That's the hard work.
Exactly.
You know?
You can't have a tragedy. No, you can't have a miracle without a tragedy.
There you go.
You have to have that tragedy in order for the miracle to
Absolutely.
come. And like you said, that path, and I'm putting this is in my book actually.
Good.
Exactly what you said. You have the graph of life, right? And you have people that live 9 to 5, and this is where they're at. And they're simple, and it's basic, and it's all taken care of. What do you want? Everyone wants something different. You want to change the world? You want to
Yeah.
inspire people?
Sure.
You want to make a difference? Well, it's going to be a lot of this. And
Absolutely.
this is the graph, because as you're climbing up there, someone's trying to pull you down. You got to go through it, and then you're going to go right back up. See, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, this graph still stays the same.
Absolutely.
So they end up here 20 years from now.
yeah.
You're like
That's
this
right.
20
Yes.
years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
I
just how it
totally know.
works. Yeah.
It's so true. And it's, you know, faith without works. And the thing is
Amen.
that we have to work on the inside. We have to
Right.
work on us as
Right.
human beings and individuals. And that was the thing that was missing. And that's why I asked you that question, because the element in my life that was missing is because growing up in abusive homes and domestic violence being, you know, always shown to me, and quite a few stepfathers later, that's what I saw, and I thought that was normal. So with
Right.
that, you know, you could go through all the counseling, all the everything in the world, but I didn't work on myself. And until I hit rock bottom, literally died and came back to life, I went, what's missing? What do I need to do to change?
You realized you were by yourself.
Yeah, I was
And you
alone.
had nothing, there was nothing else to help you
Nothing
but you.
Yeah,
You had
in
to
this
come
world. Yeah, and it was power of prayer. I got down on my hands and knees and I prayed. I begged for my life to change. And I knew that I was the only person that was going to change it. So when people go, oh, you're lucky, you know, all the things you have in your life, it's like, no, I'm not lucky. I'm blessed and I worked hard for it. I'm disciplined in all areas of my life
Absolutely.
because I want a wonderful and a beautiful life.
Absolutely.
And you know, you just it's that mindset again. It's like, I'm not going back to that.
Right.
There's no way I'm going back to anything close to that.
Right.
You know what? I have fun, I have balance, but never, ever. You know, that's why people think, oh, well, you know, what else are you going to do? And it's like, well, what else am I not going to do?
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I already
Do
know
it
what
all.
that looks like. I'm not going there. I'm like, I'm going to do whatever I possibly can do. It's going to be anything. So
Right.
check it off the list. My bucket list just keeps growing. And I know you guys are the same type of people because
Yeah.
it's just like,
Right.
it just keeps going and going and going. So you're writing a book. What's the name of the book?
What do you think? Mindset of a Champion.
Well, they don't know.
MOC. The book is Mindset of a Champion. So and that all came from paperwork in prison.
Yeah.
Everything was illustrated and drawn out in prison on crayons, markers, and napkins, and commissary where I had to fill out to get Cheetos and Oreos. That was my business plan. So, but that's where it was all laid out. Mindset of a Champion. That's the book. It's all finished. I wrote it myself.
Woo!
Almost 300 pages. I didn't hire a ghostwriter to write it out. I sat
Nice.
there. My agent thought it was going to take me like 6 months to a year. Guy, shout outs to Guy ATB. Under 50 days.
Wow.
Under 50 days.
I got to
just-
get my button gear.
Make up your mind and go do it.
Yeah, I've been talking about it forever.
Yeah.
Well, I was just on a Josefa's show, and thank you for making me accountable because we decided December 16th this year is my 4 years in LA in this country, and I'm putting out my book.
Nice.
I've been writing it for like 7 years. I've gotten so many chapters. I guess I needed one more life lesson, and
There you go.
I've had about 5 since I've been here, so I think I better stop there before the book's like 1,200
Well, you're gonna have a part
pages.
2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm already
Absolutely.
ready for part 2.
So what do you think are the tricks to getting a book done and, just making sure you do it? Because a lot of us are like, yeah, we're doing right
So
book. We're all authors to
I
be.
heard E.T. Yeah. I heard
Right.
exactly. Everyone, I'm gonna do a movie. I want to do a script. I want to write
Yeah.
a book. I'm gonna start a clothing line. I'm gonna right. Well, I started from. I'm gonna answer your question, but I started my clothing line from prison. I was in my 1-bedroom apartment in Tulsa, and a year later, I was in a manufacturing facility that was bigger than a Gold's Gym, 400,000 square feet. We had 200 employees in the back working. I had my own big master office, manufacturing deal, so the reality, I didn't even know how to get a t-shirt and print on it. Now I went to designing my own clothes and hand picking the fabric from Korea and then design all of that. So, but E.T., he said, there was a girl who said, what is, the key? I'm a procrastinator, she says. How do I get things done? He says, there's no such thing as procrastination.
Yep.
It's just not a priority.
I
You heard it, right?
It's,
Yeah.
it's marked as one of my
So
favorites.
why'd you ask me?
Because
You
I
know
want
the
to hear.
answer.
I know the answer, but your answer is different than mine. But
Well, not in that
actually,
case, no.
obviously, it's not today.
We're all busy.
Yeah.
We're busy. We have different things going on. But what is it that we really need to get done for whatever reason?
Yes.
Is it because of financial need? Is it because you have a deadline for a whole team that's relying on you? Do you have a family, kids, wife, children? All of those things.
Yeah.
Make up your mind and just do it.
I'd
So-
like to add to that as well. My business
Please.
coach, shout out to Mike. He's amazing because he's like, just do it, because we're all going to be like, oh, well, we're busy, we're doing this. But one of my character defects is that I'm a perfectionist. So I want everything to be perfect. So it's like, oh, okay, well, until I get this done and that's polished and that's perfect, then I'll put my book out.
But you don't do
That-
anything when you
that's-
wait for it to be
no,
the right time. Or
Exactly.
the right,
You sit stagnant, you sit idle.
Yeah.
So don't do that, guys. Trust me, it's from experience that I know. And I'm excited to put a book out. I'm excited to read
Good.
your book. Where are we going to find it?
Right now, I've been in LA for the last 6-7 days. I got sand in my face from the beach.
Yeah, I have like sand everywhere.
So I've been in LA. I've been doing interviews, TV, radio. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
And I had a meeting last night. There's the editor in New York already said this writer has a powerful, interesting voice. That's what he said. That was his first critique. He says, "Are you guys going to turn this into a series?" Is what he said. But we already had a meeting for someone else who wanted it to turn into a movie. So now we've already had 2 discussions on that. So now the discussion isn't, well, who are we going to publish it with? Now there's like, well, we need to publish it with a deal on the film altogether.
Okay.
So that kind of like, it's going to prolong it, but it's only going to make such a bigger, powerful impact. Like, we're not doing things on a small level.
No.
I'm not. It's
No.
the mindset. If that's the case, then I'll just go online and self-publish it and, and sell it to my friends.
Okay, we're gonna.
But that's not-
that's not your style, and that's not any of our style. Okay, what about the next 2 years? What other things? I mean, I know your bucket list is like through the roof.
No, well, so I just did a photo shoot on Monday.
Yep.
It's been like 3 years since I shot with Noel DeGanta. Shout outs to Noel. Tracy was there.
Noel, he's
So
awesome.
when we shot, first time I shot with him, we got 2 covers magazines, and then another 20 different publications in 20 different magazines. So this photo shoot was even better.
Yes.
So you saw it, yeah. So
I have to say, because I have to tell everybody, everyone talks about fitness models being editing and airbrushed abs and things like that. Every picture that Noel took of you was flawless and it was perfect. There's no editing, there's no touch-ups, there was no, like Abe just did everything. It was like, yeah, perfect. It was like having the perfect child kind of thing. It was bizarre to watch because I've been at a lot of photo shoots and never seen anything like that, and none of mine have ever been that flawless.
Thank you.
So yeah, I don't doubt that you're going to be on some major covers. And
Well, that's the goal, is to land some major publications and time that with the book release and time that with the movie. And then obviously that's going to turn into a whole nationwide tour. And then I'm going to, the plan up here, right, that I've already visualized 3-4 months ago, was to be way different than just a fitness guy, right?
Yes.
So I'm writing a real book. The book is not about fitness, although fitness was a huge part of it. I attached that to the book in the movie, and then do a tour in your traditional Barnes & Nobles. And then now, where am I headed to? The GNCs, the vitamin shops, the Complete Nutritions. So now we're cross-branding for everybody.
Yeah.
So this is a big master plan.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I know you're going to succeed on all levels.
Amen.
You also, we want to give a shout out to TC1 Gel because
TC1 Gel.
you guys are awesome. I've got
that's a huge deal. That's a huge blessing. I'm the face of that brand, TC1 Gel. So I appreciate all your guys' support and everything that you're doing. They're flying me out to Vegas tomorrow. I gotta catch my flight.
Olympia, here we come.
Yeah. Booth 461 guys will be there taking photos, hanging out. Come say bye. If we're lucky enough, we'll get Traci to stop by. There it is. There's the TC1
there we
Gel.
go. Yes. Shout out. I love this product, and like
gotta
it
get you
heats you.
some.
I gotta get me
It just peels the water off.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'll get to come by the booth. Olympia is always the funnest time of year.
Absolutely.
And so we're gonna have some fun down there. So go see Abe at his booth, and I know we'll all be kind of like doing the festivities and pool parties and all that fun stuff. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Souza, let's just share and tell us the next big things for you besides getting Abe and I into our movie. And,
Apart from that,
Don't
pressure. Well, we've got obviously we're still working to complete Replicant. We've got New York, where we made the finals for the Stunt Reel for the action showcase.
Awesome.
We'll be back down here maybe just over a week because there's Art has done a invite only for fight choreography, and we are one of the lucky few people who've got to come down and work with Art. Totally excited about that. So we're going. We're going to be right back down again. Yes, thank you so much.
Wow, huge shout out to
Amazing.
Art Camacho.
Oh, we love him, and
Just
he
such
has
a
his own
wonderful
song,
guy.
by the way. But I won't share it now. But we never say his name without singing. It's actually impossible for us to do it because we start singing his name all the time because he's just got the coolest name ever, right? Art Camacho. Is that your real name? But yeah, so we're going to be back down here next week just to work with Art on that one, and then there's a couple of more events. In October and in February, and just kind of things like that. That's kind of about what we're doing. That's I think about most of it is in the U.S. and the most of what we're doing is actually here in the U.S. We may have something in the U.K., but most. We're in Canada, but most of the stuff we're doing is here.
All right.
UK.
Inspirational words of wisdom for action actors or actors that want to get into movies.
Sure.
We got 3 minutes left, so
Sure.
just anything to let these guys know what to do and how to do it.
Okay, basically, obviously, number one, mindset, believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what you do, just keep training, put yourself on a little video, start sending it to people, going to seminars, learning. Make sure you have seminars by the people who are doing it. Not the people who want to do it, but the people who are actually doing it. Go to the seminars, and then just keep developing your skill set, because if you've got a good personality, you can do more than one thing. I think most people are happy to have those type of people on board.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Souza, where do we find you on social media?
Well, you can find us at Real Diverse, REEL Diverse. We're on Facebook with that. We're on website. If you want to find myself, I'm Souza, S-U-Z-A, Singh, S-I-N-G-H. I'm on Twitter, Facebook as well. So you could just call Traci and find me. No, just sorry, Traci. Getting all these people calling.
I'll send you a message.
No. So yeah, just Facebook, Souza Singh. You can Google me, and also Real Diverse is basically our organization, and you can find most of our projects under that.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
Abe Cruz, where do we find you?
You guys can go to abecruz.com or on social media, The Real Abe Cruz. Abe Cruz. Just putting Abe Cruz Google. That's it. It takes you to everything.
That's how cool he is. He just pops up everywhere.
Yeah.
What a fun day. Like, unbelievable. Love you, Sousa. Love you, Abe. And a lot of for fun things to come. So Olympia this weekend. We've got a lot of great stuff out there. So we'll see you guys in Vegas. We're here every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The TLC Unleashed Show, Hollywood Vibes, Sports and Life. Shout out to SWAT Fuels. Shout out to Curtis & Co. Watches. And it's time to go have some fun and play.
Send me a watch.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace. Shout out to Corey, my agent guy. Love you guys all in Oklahoma, my whole family.
Shout out to Canada.
Shout out to Canada.
Canada.
All right, we're out.
Action, right here. She's the next action. You guys pay attention.
Exactly. You have to.
There you
Because I'll be
go.
working with this guy, so.
Better pay attention. All
All right.
right, we're out.
Hey, you
Good show.
guys. All right. Thanks for joining in. We'll see you later. Bye.
Peace.
Good show.